Yeah, Kalari Lachlan River Arts Festival. It was an inaugural festival in 2011, and the founder and brainchild of Meryl Finlay. And so there was lots of planning, and it was kind of an idea that she had, but there was no actual funding either. But it was just kind of, let's start it, let's make it happen, and somehow it did evolve. And we had the lots of Lent workshops and lots of things in planning, and the big kick-off was the Welcome to Country, which changed the community. I think Aboriginal recognition was actually pretty tangible in the air that night, and people were crying and everyone wanted to be Wiradjuri. And the next day the dragon boats, they launched themselves for the first time, and everyone got to have a paddle and try out dragon boating, and the crowd came out. We had great weather. It was fantastic, and all ages attended. It was quite obvious that it was something that the community had been waiting for. There was lots of activities on the day, Lent workshops again for people to parade that night. And Gillian Jackson from Lighten Up came down from Lismore. We managed to get a CAS grant for her to help us teach us how to make lanterns. And there was lots of arts and painting. Melody had a splash art wall happening with lots of colour, and just quite colourful. There's a lot of Melody's photos actually, and that was lots of interactive and collaborative kind of activities on the day. Performances all day with Miles Merrill. He had the Australian Poetry Slam for the Forbes. What do you call that? Yeah, so it was the Forbes. Pete, thank you. Okay, and then we had the Lent parade that night, and all the ones we've made before were paraded, as well as some big ones that we got from Jilly. And it was quite it was all ages that could be involved in that. There was like from young to old. And then there was the Kate Kelly Song Cycle was performed, and all the choir was made up from the community, which was quite beautiful. And they all got an opportunity to express themselves, which is, I think, is a really important part of festivals, is actually giving people an opportunity to express themselves. We did it all again 2 years later. New logo. And we actually got a local graphic designer to make some posters that were all about asking the community, what are you doing for the festival, and trying to make it something that the community owns, and something that they could actually be involved in, not just turn up to. We started yarn bombing things just to get attention, and we did a lot of things. It was such an easy thing to do because it could be involved from school children. It was the Forbes Public School wall got covered all down this end with yarn bombing. The bridge got a little bit of a dabble too, and that's Red Bend. And the ladies from they did their whole wishing well down there. Was gorgeous from the information centre at the craft shop. We yarn bombed Utes and Meryl's car and put it in the paper and got quite a bit of attention. Then Mark Wilmot managed to get a tractor that we yarn bombed, and we stuck it at the John Davis Mazda for quite a few weeks to get attention leading up to the festival. And we had a festival shop down in Rankin Street, which was great from the Bernardis. They let us use the shop down there to use as a base, and we had lots of colour, and it was a great place to run workshops, more making workshops, which by now I was actually allowed to run these workshops, but Julie had trained us 2 years before, so it was actually the skill building was in there. Then we got Peter Kennard to come in, the gorgeous man that made these drums and taught everyone drumming, and created the Drumming Up Country. It was quite amazing, actually, the creation of the drums. Utes of Hazard came, but they also did a workshop as well, so people that came and performed were actually collaborating with the community, and ran a ukulele workshop with the children performed that night at the Rhythm on Rankin on the Friday night. And here we are, not parading down the street. No, we weren't parading. Down the street, taking us down to the Welcome to Country, which was quite brimming over this year. It was the word was out how amazing it was, and it was overflowing from the grandstands behind. That was. Next day we had a bigger stage because we had to do all those drums on there. you know, like local performers were able to perform, and it was a beautiful actual sharing of this one's the leading there. We've got the mayor, and I think the GM's in there, and everyone's carrying they're leading the parade, which is beautiful actually. I think it was quite, they're one of our biggest supporters as the Forbes Council, so it was really lovely to have them supporting us. So the sneak peek for this next year, Arts Alley Melody is going to be she's the creative director for Arts Alley, which will be our new gateway to the festival. A huge amount of colour and activity happening there, and the evening there'll be a big local and regional choirs, and Tracy's choir will be a part of that as well, and just all local and regional choirs will sing up the lake, and the lake will respond, and there'll be projections on displays of water on the lake as well as our lantern parade. We'll have a slightly different twist to it. But the thing is funding. It's a free festival again, like a lot of people have mentioned, and it's tricky. We have great support from the Forbes Council. We have some support from mining and other areas, but it's actually that is our biggest concern every year.